Hello everyone and welcome to another video review. Today we'll be looking at Hasbro's Force Awakens and Rebels figures lines from the 3.75 toys. So, to start off, we have Kylo Ren from the Force Awakens line. This is the more cheaper collection of Hasbro figures. This is not the black series of figures that have more articulation. The articulations of these ones is very simple. But still, the level of details on these figures is still pretty impressive. As you can see, there's a lot of details here of cloth. Very divided cape, well textured all the way through. Helmet looks perfect, and all the details of the costume, again, texture is pretty amazing. Of course, since it's not really using real cloth, you will see that the legs are stuck with the cloth on here, which is a real shame because it feels like it's very stuck. But regardless, we still have movement from both legs, regardless of how strange it may look. We have movement here, we have movement on his arms, both arms, and that's pretty much all on movement, a little bit of the head too. But yeah, again, that's pretty much all there is to him. He has his lightsaber, and it does a pretty good job of recreating the look of his lightsaber as well. It has the detail of the fact that the lightsaber is not very stable, so you can see that there's texture on it to represent that, so that's pretty neat. And of course, the special cross on the left and right. So overall, it's a pretty cool looking figure. I mean, if you're looking for a more cheaper collection of figures, you'll definitely enjoy having this Kylo Ren on your collection. Next up, we have Captain Phasma, one of my most anticipated characters of this new movie of Force Awakens. And she looks really great on this cheaper figure. The coloring is shiny, sort of gray. They did their best to make sure she still had the style that they were going for, the chroma shine. So it still has its shine. I mean, it's not perfect again, but it does its job well. Again, movement, just legs and arms and head. But yeah, it's cool that she has the cape. The cape has some details too, which is also cool. You can see details here on the back as well. So overall, a very impressive figure, and also a very tall one when you compare her to other characters. Take for example here Finn. He looks pretty smaller compared to her, but overall still very impressive figure. Here we have Finn, again from the Force Awakens, New Heroes. He comes with a gun instead of a blue lightsaber, unfortunately. But he has some great details, like for example his coat. It's separable, it's not actually stuck painted in, so that's really cool considering the cheaper quality of these figures. Again, has a lot of freedom on his coat. Here you can see his shoes and all his clothes. He has textures a bit on the shirt, textures on the pants as well, and overall the face actually looks pretty cool too. I mean, it's not perfect, but it does a pretty good job of recreating him, especially on this side. There's also another Finn figure coming with his stormtrooper stuff, cleaning his helmet and all the suit of a stormtrooper, so that's gonna be cool. Next up, we have Rey from The Force Awakens. She brings her infamous stick. Unfortunately, I lost it for the time of this review. A little embarrassing. But regardless, her figure looks pretty good. She has her details of the hair on the back and on the sides. She got great details also on her clothing. Here's a little backpack there. This one's actually one of the more rare ones. A lot of people are buying this one. Same for Phasma and Kylo. So that's pretty cool. Here are details on her shoes. And again, her clothes is stuck on her leg, unfortunately. But even so, her face actually looks pretty on point. If you put them on the side, they look pretty nice actually. So at least in that regard, I think the Force Awakens figures are pretty nice. If you don't really have a lot of money to spend, the quality is not bad. And if you already own a lot of 3.75-inch figures, I think you should add these on your collection. Next up, we have Ahsoka. Ahsoka is part of the new Force Awakens line, but she's actually from Rebels. This is her new look on Rebels. The figure looks pretty stunning. It has great level of details of lightsabers are very white bluish that go well with the new style she has on the show of the lightsabers. Great details on her face and back too as well. I think it does a pretty good job overall. If you really need another Ahsoka figure, particularly adult Ahsoka, is really cool. My only situation with this particular figure is that it's very hard to pose her legs. Like, it's barely has movement to the back. It doesn't seem to have that much movement, and it's very hard for her to stand up. You usually have to put something to support her. But otherwise, as collection purposes goes, it's really great. Coming with Ahsoka on a 2-pack is Darth Vader with the Rebels look. He has his very cartoon Macquarie look. It's pretty cool in the sense that it's very different from all the other Darth Vaders you might have in your collection. Nice simple cape details here, shiny helmet, which is important. And what's something really cool that I love about his Rebels look is the fact that his eyes are red on the helmet. That's pretty cool. And it comes with lightsaber, of course. Nothing big about it. I mean, yeah, you had the same situation as Kylo Ren here. But otherwise, it's pretty cool if you really want a different kind of Darth Vader with a different kind of look. This is pretty cool. And here we have the Inquisitor. As part of the Force Awakens line, they restock a lot of the Rebels figures, so I thought it would be cool to look at them because I have not reviewed them before. The Inquisitor figure is pretty cool. They did a great job of recreating his look on the show. Lightsaber, unfortunately the lightsaber doesn't have that much detail to it. It's all black on here, but it still has the circle on it, so that's cool. It could have been better, but it is what it is. Still, I love the Inquisitor, and it's a great figure. Here we have Kanan. He comes with a lightsaber. I think Kanan is definitely one of the best looking Rebels figure. The detail on him is on point to the cartoon look. It's very cool. I mean, Kanan's pretty simple on his design, and I think the figure does a great job even on his face to get the look right. Definitely a cool one, and it's also part of the restock figures. Here we have Ezra, also part of the restock figures. He comes with a helmet, of course, from his collection. A little uncomfortable to put at first, but it places in nicely on his head. Great details on his costume as well. And you can see the marking here, so that's all pretty cool in general. He can stand well. I just let him fall. Yeah, he can stand well. His face, I feel like his face could have used a bit more expression. It's like very serious, but he still does a pretty good job of his face. We also have Seth. He comes with a vehicle on the new restock, and he looks okay. I was pretty disappointed because Seth is one of the more interesting looking characters, but the level of detail on him is pretty basic. There's not a lot of great detail on his fur and little things, like for example, his face looks like it lacks details, like it looks flat over here, and some of these figures came also with scratches, so that was disappointing. But he has this fancy strange weapon, so that's cool, I guess. But overall, still, if you want to have all the Rebels crew, he does a good job on it. We also have Chopper. I'm not sure if he's part of the restock, but he's pretty simple. Not much to him, you just can move him a little bit, and he's very small in comparison to other droids. It's not extremely small, like it still looks good next to Hera, but there really isn't much to him. But if you really want to collect all your droids, it's nice to have a Chopper. And last, but definitely not least, we have Hera. Hera's face could have used a bit more detail. I don't know. I feel like it's missing her look quite a bit in terms of the face. Her head is still cool though, and her clothes is very on point. But yeah, there's not much to it. She came with a 2-pack with Stormtroopers on the Rebels pack. Not sure if she will be restocked, but hopefully she will. There's also Sabine, which unfortunately was super rare, so I have not gotten her yet. But hopefully in the future she'll be restocked as well. I know she's coming on the Black Series 6-inch figure, so we'll see about that. Anyway, overall, if you're a Star Wars collector, you should still go get these figures. Particularly the Force Awakens ones are pretty nice. The Rebels ones, I would suggest maybe getting the Infinity ones if you just want to pose them. I like the Infinity figures of this character better. The only thing is that they don't have Hera in the Infinity collection, so that's a disappointment. So if you just want to have the whole crew, then you definitely should go with this collection. So see you next time, the next figure review, and thank you for watching.